Episode 246. The map of glory isn't just endless grinding zones. There are always some transitional areas, much like the small villages outside Skystrike City. These places serve primarily as mission settings. Skywood Forest was just such a place. A small grove outside Empty City, near the entrance to One Line Gorge. When no players were around on quests, it felt even more serene than those little villages. Steamed Bun Invasion quickly relayed the conclusion to Concealed Light.
Over here.
Concealed Light immediately found his direction. Steamed Bun Invasion, without a word, just followed right behind. Concealed Light felt a pang of loneliness amidst his confusion. This Steamed Bun Invasion is way too simple, he thought. We don't even know each other, and he just followed me over here without even asking. Concealed Light was fixated on this question, and more importantly, he desperately craved recognition. If he were only doing this to satisfy himself, he wouldn't have posted guide after guide. Concealed Light had published all the guides he'd researched, but they were dismissed as the ramblings of a bored fantasist, which infuriated him. His guides were perfectly correct. When people called them impractical, why didn't they just admit their own skills weren't up to par? Concealed Light was now leading Steamed Bun Invasion, effortlessly dodging the pursuit through Hader Village. But this Steamed Bun Invasion hadn't even asked how he was doing it. How was he pulling this off? Concealed Light was downright jealous. He finally couldn't take it anymore.
Do you know why we're running this way?
Why's that?
Because the enemy is currently about 5 coordinate units away. The direction we're cutting across now, the area 5 units behind us, is completely blocked from view by 4 houses. If you kept running the way you were, they'd have spotted you in under 10 seconds.
Concealed Light explained happily. He was expecting Steamed Bun Invasion's next question. Something like, how do you know they're 5 coordinate units away? To his surprise, Steamed Bun Invasion just said, oh. Concealed Light's finger twitched in shock again, this time his right hand jerking to click the left mouse button. The summoner gave his staff a casual wave through the air. Even for a character who relies almost entirely on magic attacks, with physical attacks being negligible, they still possess the basic means for a standard attack. It's just that they almost never use that method to fight.
You just said the people behind us have no idea where we ran off to, right?
Exactly. The route I'm about to take you on is all through blind spots, completely out of their line of sight. That's how I managed to shake them off before.
Bah, it seems someone's coming from ahead. 2!
Ahead. Concealed Light looked, but saw no one.
I can hear footsteps. My hearing's at 1.5. 1.5 hearing.
Concealed Light was thrown into disarray. But right then, just as Steamed Bun Invasion had said, a player suddenly stepped out from behind the dilapidated stone ruins ahead. Maybe.
Probably just passing through. If he was with that group, he'd have told them our exact location by now. Judging by the routes they'd likely take to pursue us, we should be... Oh.
Kill him! Ma!
Steamed Bun Invasion cut off Concealed Light and charged straight in. The figure emerging from the stone ruins was no mere passerby. Spotting Steamed Bun Invasion, he immediately charged forward, a gleaming sword in hand. A blade master, through and through. Concealed Light had no choice but to join the fight. He maneuvered, while muttering to himself.
Both the Brawler and the Blade Master have mid-range skills. Getting in close will take a moment. Use their defensive switch to maneuver around to the Blade Master's flank. Then make the summon. The Brawler has 2 mid-range skills, Brick Assault and Sand Toss. By alternating their cooldowns, I can pin him down for about 10 seconds. At my movement speed, when the only way to complete the maneuver is from the 10 o'clock position. It's a bit too close to the Blade Master, but there's a ruined wall there that can block his upward slash. so I won't actually be in his attack range. Then, I can jump over the abandoned well to get behind him. Summon the Thunder Sprite first. Its stun effect can sync up with the brawler's attacks.
Hey, what are you mumbling about?
Steamed Bun Invasion heard Concealed Light muttering something, but the words came too fast to make out. Hey, what are you mumbling? He asked, already charging forward head on, grabbing a brick and shoving it at him.
Damn, why'd you waste a brick like that?
Seeing this, Concealed Light immediately aborted his plan and shouted, "What else?" Steamed Bun Invasion answered him, and as the opponent dodged, he closed in with his brick. This Blade Master was no slouch either. After dodging the brick, he swung his sword in a draw sword slash. Steamed Bun Invasion rolled on the spot, slipping under the blade's arc and landing right in front of the Blade Master, throwing an uppercut. The Blade Master leapt back to dodge, then thrust his sword forward in a double stab, a level 5 skill. This guy had clearly been investing his skill points into it. Now, at level 33, the double stab was at its 10th rank. It was no longer the simple 2-strike combo from its first rank, but a 4-strike combo. In an instant, 4 beams of light stabbed towards Steamed Bun Invasion. He responded with a series of rapid back jumps, the sword tips flickering like shadows right before his eyes. Yet they always missed by a hair's breadth. And in that moment, Steamed Bun Invasion flicked his wrist, hurling a sand toss. As a magic attack, the Blade Master's block was useless, but a veteran had the experience to take a hit from a sand toss. The real danger was being blinded. This Blade Master didn't try to dodge it. He simply turned his view to the side. At the same time, he intensified his assault. He pivoted his view and unleashed a triple slash. The strikes still aimed squarely at Steamed Bun Invasion. That single move alone was enough to show this Blade Master's considerable skill. Concealed Light had predicted the two wouldn't get into close combat for at least 10 seconds. Yet, Steamed Bun Invasion used a brick, followed by a forward roll, and was right in his opponent's face. Concealed Light continued with his original plan, but as he was sneaking around, Steamed Bun Invasion's sand toss made the Blade Master suddenly turn his head in his direction, spotted him completely. His gaze was still frantic when the Blade Master's swordplay came into view. Was still aimed squarely at Steamed Bun Invasion. But Steamed Bun Invasion had already used the Blade Master's dodge of the blinding sand toss to his advantage. In the split second the Blade Master turned his view away, Steamed Bun Invasion had slipped to his flank with a sneaky sidestep. Now, the Blade Master's triple slash was still mid-motion, the final strike not yet unleashed. Steamed Bun Invasion raised a claw and grabbed out. In the middle of the Blade Master's high-speed 3-step thrust maneuver, he landed a chokehold. He clamped down on the Blade Master's neck and slammed him into the wall, followed by a knee strike and a slap. Ignoring the Blade Master's struggles, Steamed Bun Invasion seized the opening created by the chokehold's defense debuff, rapidly unleashing a flurry of his attack skills. They traded blow for blow, but Steamed Bun Invasion clearly got the better of the exchange. As the chokehold ended, the Blade Master flipped his sword for an uppercut, but Steamed Bun Invasion had already drifted to his side. The now off, cooldown brick didn't fly this time. It was accurately slapped against the back of the Blade Master's head. The Blade Master was stunned. Steamed Bun Invasion casually applied poison to his weapon, waited for his skills to cool down, then unleashed another relentless barrage of attacks. The Blade Master's back was now against the ruined wall. He couldn't leap back to dodge. Side, stepping left or right wouldn't do much good. If he tried to charge forward, Steamed Bun Invasion would sacrifice his own health to stop him. Moments later, having lost half his own health, Steamed Bun Invasion hammered the Blade Master flat against the wall. The Blade Master's HP hit 0, and he slumped to the ground. Steamed Bun Invasion swung his view around and saw Concealed Light hopping about behind that broken wall. He slammed into the wall again and again.
Hey man, what are you doing? trying to rape that wall?
Concealed Light was thoroughly deflated by the question. He just wanted to jump over this wall. Indeed, this wall was a bit on the high side. Given his jumping ability, he needed to nail both the distance and the timing of his peak height to clear it. He ended up trying over and over here, and before he knew it, that Blade Master over there had already been pummeled to death by Steamed Bun. He couldn't even clear this wall.
We're here.
In the time it took to finish off the Blade Master, the pursuers finally came into view. Spotting Steamed Bun invasion, they charged in at high speed. Concealed Light no longer dared to fight the wall. He swiftly circled out from behind it.
Where do you think you're going?
This way.
After checking the direction the pursuers were coming from, Concealed Light continued to lead the way. But this time, his heart was no longer filled with the same smug satisfaction.
Your taste is so weird. What's your zodiac sign?
This time, however, it was Steamed Bun Invasion who asked that classic question.